month of August brought some red. The S&P 500 down 1.6%, the NASDAQ down 1.5%, and the Dow Jones down 2%. Here are your year-to-dates. There's a lot to talk about, but I want to hone in on three things. Number one being the U.S. long-term debt being downgraded by Fitch. 2, consumer saving and spending. And 3, being that Grayscale Bitcoin Trust won in court against the SEC. At the start of the month, Fitch downgraded the U.S. long-term debt. What this means for us as investors is it makes U.S. government-held debt a riskier or perceived as riskier investment. Initially, the market reacted negative to this. However, by the end of August, it seemed to have leveled out. This was one credit rating agency's opinion, and U.S. government is still seen as very secure and very strong. Point number 2 is consumer spending and saving. The thing that has exacerbated our current economic situation was the printing of money in the COVID era. A bunch of money was printed, it came to us as consumers, but now it is out of our hands, either from our own spending habits or from the inflation caused by the printing of money. Well, that's out of our hands now, and we have all-time highs of consumer debt. This is a key thing to look at as we approach this coming year. Point number 3 is that the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust won in its appeal to the courts on the SEC's ruling to not allow it to have an ETF. I thought that this was very important for us to talk about, as you guys might be hearing more conversations around Bitcoin, Ethereum, all these other cryptocurrencies come back into play now that this has been done. This is a huge part in normalizing cryptocurrency to the masses. What we are looking for in September and beyond, there's a Fed rate decision later in September. Jerome Powell in his last address was more hawkish than we would have thought, and there is the threat of him being like Paul Volcker in that he will bring inflation down any means necessary. Number 2 is China, and the real estate problems that it is having are going to have a global impact on us and the rest of the world. Number 3 is we are back to school and back to spending. I appreciate you guys watching this, and I will see you in September.